gentlemen, my name is Dieter von Seggern, and I'd like to welcome you to the Email to PDF reality show. Actually, my presentation is based on what I did roughly 2 weeks ago during the PDF days, presentation on archiving email as PDF, which was based on a paper, EA PDF specification, where archivists and academics describe how they envision a system for archiving email in an interoperable and vendor-neutral way, leveraging PDF. And in this presentation, I've talked a lot about theory at that time. In this presentation, it's going to be about reality. So what can reality actually do when it comes to archiving email in an interoperable way using PDF? We, callas software, have PDFA technology that happens to do so, and I will just in this presentation use our software to demonstrate what of the requirements laid out and described in EA PDF, what of this can be done in a real life product as of today. Interestingly, the EA PDF specification came to similar conclusion as we did quite a couple of years ago when we implemented email conversion to PDF and PDFA. Our product, callas PDFA Pilot, exists and does PDFA conversion since the PDFA standard exists since 2005. It's used the technology is not just used in our own product. Many more users are using the same technology in other products, as from Adobe or from Foxit. Yeah, and it's available in various flavors. The EA PDF specification uses PDF in 2 different ways. One is as a core format for individual emails. And then the EA PDF specification says, in addition to the PDF file itself, also archive an EML representation of the original email. And then, in addition, EA PDF uses PDF as the container for individual emails, for instance, in order to archive a full mailbox or a mailbox folder. These are all slides from the presentation. I'm just using them again to just briefly introduce you into EA PDF. And this is an example how that might look like, and we will have a real world example in a couple of seconds in this presentation. Yeah, and that's where I first want to switch from slides to reality. And I want to, let's just do so. Now here is a product, our PDFA Pilot, and if I want to, I've prepared a couple of emails here in a folder, and I now want to convert them first to PDF and then put them into a container. So in order to see the parameters for email to PDF conversion, I have in the switchboard here, I have a menu, and there I can select emails. I can select a template that is used for indicating the contents of the email, and I can say what is the destination format. That could be either a PDF file, and all original files are simple attachments, or attachments are converted to PDF, or attachments are embedded, and in addition, a PDF rendition of the attachment is embedded. And then I can also on the fly convert to PDFA. But EA PDF only wants to have attachments in their original format. So let's do that for now. I will show later on how you would use conversion. And then I have to select all the email files here, and I can then just simply drag them onto the program, and then they are converted one by one into PDF renditions. And as you see, so here we have a rendition that is similar to what Outlook does when it converts a PDF file to an email file to PDF. Yeah, I forgot to mention this tiny little checkbox here, which says embed original email file, which I also have done. So the original email file has been embedded. Here we have just one attachment that was an ICS file, a calendar invite, and then in order to at least tell the user something about what is in there, we have converted that into a text representation of what is in the invite. But a regular email would look like this or like this. And then I can double click on my embedded email file here, and then it's exported into the file system, and then I can double click it there and open it in my email program. So let's now see how we can convert the whole thing into a container or embed them into a container. I'm not saving the results just to save a couple of seconds for that. I have prepared that here. So I go to a folder where I have prepared some email files that had already been converted to PDF, and then there is another folder in there with some other emails converted to PDF. Now, in order to import that thing into PDFA Pilot, I need to go to create file package. There I can say, create me an index file in custom layout, create a collection according to PDFA or just into PDF3, and we will see later on how we do the conversion on the fly. But again, EA PDF doesn't require us to do so. So we just create a plain collection, and then I execute. And now all the email files are being embedded into a container PDF file, and the index representation has been created with indicating what emails are in this container, and for the subfolder it has created an indication as well. The index file creation is based on HTML, so I've used an HTML template here, and I have already adjusted it just a little bit to have the title page of the EA PDF specification at the top of it, just to show how easy that is to use an HTML template. And every email to PDF converter would have to have the capability of converting HTML content into PDF, because an email may contain HTML in its body. So that technology is readily available always. So just so that you see, I can now open that thing also in Acrobat. I can double click on an attachment here, then I'm at my email, and that email still has the EML file attached to it. So that is all possible. So that's done. Then we are at metadata. I also want to show that it is important to keep the metadata, the header information that came with the email. So for that, we need to open one of these PDF files here, and then we can use the metadata browser in order to see that all the metadata that came with the PDF file, so the sender of the email and everything, has been added to the email rendition in PDF as well. So moving on. So we saw that, and now attachments. As I've said, you could also convert, no, I don't want that. Could also convert an email with attachments on the fly. Let's do that with a Word file. I need to speed up a little bit. So we go to Office again, email to PDF. And let's now just use a different template. Let's use Thunderbird. And then this time we convert to PDFA3 and embed attachments as original as well as PDFA. So I'm converting that email, and now it takes some more time. So it needs to convert the Word file into a PDF rendition first, and then convert that PDF rendition to PDFA. That has happened right now. So my email now here is a valid PDFA3 file. So I can double click on the PDFA3 entry here at the bottom, and then it is being validated. And I also have my Word file now as a PDF rendition here. So in this case, there were some comments in the Word file, so everything is available here. And again, of course, I could also have, I still have access to the Word file as well. Oh, and then I can, of course, save the thing if I would want to. I've done so before. Okay, that might still be open. Change, so, okay. Next, maybe we use an Excel spreadsheet. And now we just save some time and only keep original and PDF. So PDFA conversion. It's converting now a PDF file with an Excel spreadsheet to PDF and creates an email out of that. And then just we have a couple of tables in this PDF file. So all of the tables from the spreadsheet have been converted into individual pages. Only the cells that are used on a spreadsheet table are converted, so everything's still there. No, we don't want to save the result. And let me see, I think that's for attachments. Finally, I explained that there is a certain email attachment, WinMail.dat, that is created by Office application, and that for us created lots of problems when it comes to email archival, because on my Apple email or regular system that only understands EML email files, this is just an attachment with the name WinMail.dat, and you can't do anything without it. Internally, this WinMail.dat file uses the TNEF format that has been specified and published by Microsoft, but it's proprietary. So what, in our opinion, a decent program should be able to do when it comes to email conversion is it needs to be able to convert such an email, and that is the very same email that we've just seen on the screen. So the text is still the same, but here we have a real attachment, something that was encoded into the WinMail.dat attachment before, and now we can actually do something that we can. This is a test page, so that was been distributed to a group, and only if you have access to WinMail.dat files, TNEF files, you have access to that data. So we've seen that. I need to come to conclusion here. What is the program that I demonstrated? PDFA Pilot is capable of doing all the PDF or email files to PDF conversions. Some more requirements from EAPDF, so everything should be digitally signed. There wouldn't be a problem using digital signatures. another requirement, and that is, from my point of view, still open. The email collection should be searchable, sortable, and filterable. So PDFA pilot is a file format converter. We don't provide that. So this is something that is outside of the scope of PDFA pilot. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for joining the reality show. I just want to say tomorrow there will be a similar presentation. I will also use PDFA pilot, also use real world files. There I will compare PDFA 1 against the newer PDFA 2 and PDFA 4. I guess I'm at the end of my 50 minutes. If you have any questions and you have entered them into the chat pod, I will answer them one by one. If you have not entered them into the chat pod, you may still use my email address, as you see there, to send me any questions, indications, suggestions, whatsoever. Thank you very much.